I think I have boundaries, but then I think anything with the right price tag, it just seemed like a quick buck. I'm Levi Murphy and I do social media and OnlyFans.
I'm Cameron Peter-Smith and I also do social media and OnlyFans.
It was my idea to start it because we kept like posting kind of cute, slightly raunchy pictures on Instagram, and then people were like, oh my god, make an OnlyFans. We was like, yeah, no, but then
yeah.
But yeah, actually, I will. The reason why we wanted to start OnlyFans honestly was because of money. It just seemed like a quick buck.
Yeah, we really control our work day. We can kind of control how much income we make by how hard we work. You can see the reward straight away from the effort you put in. It's easier to like have the page with my partner because when you like want to make content, obviously we can make a more variety of content without having to meet another collab or anything like that. Plus, means that you have like someone like supporting you the whole time. So like if things were negative or things weren't going that well or people were being horrible about it, your partner's like right there anyway with you. We do have like friends who have like an OnlyFans and they have a partner and their partner isn't involved in the OnlyFans, and I'm grateful for my dynamic.
Yeah, I think it's easier. Plus, if one of us was doing it, it would be kind of weird that that one was getting so much like sexual attention and you were just like Virgin Mary sat next to him. So I think it's better. And of course you like then split it between who replies to messages. So it's not just like full on. The content we make for OnlyFans is like very varied. We do like solo things, we do couple things because we're a couple. And then of course we do like threesomes when we do collabs. We've had like quite a few because we're sluts. No, we've had quite a few and they do work pretty well. Plus they're fun sometimes if they're not ugly. I always say this, our number one rule when we do collabs are...
Don't kill them.
Yeah. No, don't fall in love with that collab and run off and get married, have kids.
Yeah, don't start
love
with them.
Do whatever.
The content that you produce on OnlyFans is copyrighted content. You are like same as anyone producing something on like YouTube or Patreon or anything like that. It's your content, you own it. And OnlyFans have like a legal system in place to make sure that that content is protected. So once someone else does do something like leak it, they will remove it for you. I think I have boundaries, but then I think anything with the right price tag, I would do. I think the boundaries open up depending on how much someone's willing to pay for certain things. If someone requests it, then we'll kind of do it as long as it's, you know, legal. And to create the content, it doesn't take that much time in terms of like a normal job, like an 8 hours day. So it does free up a lot of time for us to pursue other things that we want to do. For instance, I enjoy writing, and since having OnlyFans, I've written a book. And so it's allowed us to do other stuff that we wouldn't have been able to do if we were working the jobs we had before. The sort of stuff that I like to write is like fantasy, sci-fi sort of thing, like very like Game of Thrones. I'm obsessed with like anything fantasy, like magic and shit like that. So that's what I love reading and writing. My mum is my top fan. She subscribes. No, my mum, yeah, she's fine with it. I think she'd like respect me and be okay with me doing whatever. My parents take the opposite road. But they haven't been in my life anyway since I came out as gay, so I don't really care about their opinion. I guess the biggest challenge is constantly keeping your OnlyFans active, because you obviously have to promote it through your own channels. It's not like OnlyFans doesn't have featured. Anyway. Yeah, it doesn't have like an explore page. So if you become irrelevant, your OnlyFans become irrelevant, then you have no money. So like, I guess the constant pressure to keep it up is definitely the biggest challenge. Also more social media, especially things like Instagram, are becoming very strict with their guidelines when it comes to sexual content and sex workers. You can't necessarily advertise that you're a sex worker on Instagram anymore because it's illegal in some of the countries that they provide the service to. And so they've done like a blanket restriction. And so for a lot of people who work in OnlyFans, their income, no matter how good their content is the income is dependent on people seeing the fact that they have content out there. And so for them to get people to subscribe to the content, they need to do those promotions. So I think also a challenge is trying to promote in a way that isn't breaking the guidelines of the apps you're using, otherwise your social media apps, but also reaching it enough that people are intrigued to actually subscribe to your content.
So many people that we know have got their accounts deleted with like hundreds of thousands of followers, just for promoting OnlyFans.
When we started OnlyFans, we both had normal jobs. I worked in hospitality, he worked in retail. We were going to keep it both jobs at the same time, but it very quickly realised that it wasn't necessary to work the other job, so we just relied on OnlyFans.
The weirdest thing that I had to do was a special request. Someone wanted me to get some food. One time they wanted me to piss on it, and then the other time they wanted me to come on it.
And then eat it, no.
Yeah, I didn't have to eat it, but yeah, I mean, best believe I done it.
The thing about, I guess, special requests is that people who have them know that they're very unique, and so therefore they're willing to pay like more money. So like we've never turned it away, and we wouldn't look down on someone else's kink, but a lot of them are very out there.
No, they're just, everyone's got their own little thing, so I don't want to judge too much, but some are really fucked up actually when I think about it.
This isn't that weird, but it was like a specific request. Someone would like ask to FaceTime me, and during the FaceTime he would ask me to rub like massage oil or lotion on myself and like talk about my tattoos and just like rub it over like specific parts of my body to talk about my tattoos. So like the only weird thing about it is that it wasn't that sexual, but he would pay a lot of money for that. So obviously I would do it, but yeah, it wasn't ever really sexual. He just wanted to see my tattoos with lotion on.
I don't know if we've had couple ones.
No, only like foot worshipping and stuff like that, but that's fairly common.
Or like, we had a request that they wanted us to role play. So I had to be...
Oh my gosh.
So Cameron was the straight guy looking for a job. I was the gay employer with my tight little shorts on. And we had to do a role play for literally like half hour. And we just kept laughing and like we couldn't get it out because we also had to say, I had to call him the name of the person that requested it, and it was just so fucked up. And then once you start laughing at a certain point, it's just over for that because then you can never get it out. But it was the funniest thing, I felt like making an outtakes video, but I didn't want to like shame him publicly. Be like, this is how much we was laughing at your kink, by the way. That was fucked up, right? That was the funniest time.
I think that there is a general consensus where people don't have as much respect for people that do OnlyFans as perhaps working other jobs. I do think it's kind of like a backward opinion. It's like 2021, all form of work is valid work, including sex work.
I guess when I told my mum I do OnlyFans, I definitely like beat around the bush, kind of. I was like, yeah, it's just a site that we post slightly more raunchy pictures than we post on Instagram. So yeah, I was kind of embarrassed by that, but now she knows because she follows me on Instagram, she sees my Q&As when people are like, do you fuck? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, girl.
I would say OnlyFans has made me more like conscious of my appearance. Not necessarily in a negative way or putting stress on it or anything like that, but more so because you are taking pictures of yourself, you are like recording yourself, you are now constantly looking at those pictures and videos of yourself whilst you edit them and upload them. So it's more like an awareness of how I look.
Yeah, especially when I edit the videos or photos, I'm like, this is just not cute. Especially when you're like, I don't know, walking blah 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 to the camera and I'm like, oh my god, I need so much body surgery, it's horrible.
There obviously are some jobs and careers that would probably be affected by someone having a history of like a members site like OnlyFans. I don't necessarily agree with that stance, but I think it's similar to something like tattoos. Previously, if you had tattoos, the only jobs you could get is like factory work and stuff. Obviously, there are some jobs that still probably don't like it, but they wouldn't be able to specifically say that you couldn't get the job because of it.
I'm hitting you in the face.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking it. The sort of judgment that society puts on creators. It's softened, it's still like there, but it's definitely softened over, like, compared to like when we first started, when we would like go out and people would like whisper about it, compared to like now where like so many people have it, including like famous people and like big influencers have it. I think it's the people's idea of it has softened, but like more so because of how normalised it is now, not necessarily because they like respect the creators.